Hello everyone! Today I'm going to talk about good writing. I believe everyone is a writer, so how many of you guys are able to discern the difference between good and bad writing? I think it is important for you to know the difference. So I'm going to teach you about what I have learned, and I think it is an important lesson for you. My presentation is going to help you learn what good writing is and help you develop your writing skills. So here's a question. Why do we need to know the difference between good and bad writing? The first reason is to improve our writing, because you won't be able to improve your writing if you can't tell the difference between good and bad writing. And the second reason is to help others revise their writings and even your own. So when you understand what I'm going to teach you today, you'll figure it out what a bad writing is, what good writing is, so then you can revise other and your own writing. Okay, let's talk about the characteristic of good writing. Interesting, important ideas, logical and effective organization, voice, word choice, sentence fluency, and conventions. Important and interesting ideas. An important main idea has to be a complete sentence, and it has to be important to the author and the audience. Because if it's not important to the readers, they would not care and read your writing. And interesting ideas and details will help the readers understand the main idea, and it also makes the readers interested in your writing. So think about yourself as the reader. Would you read a book that is not interesting and important to you? The answer is no. So it is so important that the readers care about your writing. Logical and effective organization. Organization helps the readers to easily follow with the writer from idea to the next. It needs to be effective to capture the audience attention at the beginning to make your readers want to read more. And your writing and your ending needs to make sense and make your readers think about something important at the end. And it also needs to be logical to make the audience follow your ideas easily. Make sure all the parts are arranged in the best order. And you can use transition words to make it easier to follow from part to part. Voice. You have to choose the voice that matches the purpose you are writing for and the audience you're writing to. You should show the audience that you're interested in the topic and show them how you feel. Because if you're not interested in it, you won't be able to make your writing interesting, and you cannot make your audience interested in it either. And make sure you use an appropriate tone for a right situation. For example, I have two letters here. One is the sorry letter, and one is the happy birthday card. So the sorry letter sounds sad, sorry, and guilty. And the happy birthday card, it sounds happy, excited, so you can tell the difference between the tone. Word choice. Use accurate words, use memorable words, use appropriate language, and strong verbs. You should use accurate words that mean what you mean, and use memorable words to make the audience remember your words. And you need to use strong verbs that tell how actions are performed, and make sure you use appropriate language for purpose and audience. Because when you choose the words to write, you need to think about what the readers think they mean. For example, if you wrote a letter for a kid, you would use simple words or small word. But if you wrote a letter for a teacher, you would use bigger words. So like the two letters here I have. One it sounds formal language, and one is simple word. Sentence fluency. Varied beginnings, varied length and structure. Sentences are structured, easy to read expressively, rhythm and flow. Use sentences with different beginnings so it won't be boring reading the same words over and over again. And using sentences with different lengths and structures help your writing be easier to read and understand. Moreover, we need to make sure the sentences are structured and they sound nice to read out loud. Because when people trying to understand your writing, they usually read it out loud. And use rhythm and sound effects to make the writing fun to read. Correct conventions. Conventions help the writer enhance and clarify the meaning of what they write. Outside punctuation, inside punctuation, spelling and grammar, capitalization, paragraphing. Outside punctuation includes capital letters, period, question marks, exclamation marks that show at the beginning and the end of the sentence. It helps to make the sentences clear and easy to tell where it begins and ends. Inside punctuation includes commas, semicolon, dashes, quotation mark to help the piece easier to understand. So make sure you use outside punctuation and inside punctuation correctly. Spelling is so important, so don't forget to check your spelling to make the reader won't get confused about what you're talking about. Paragraphing is also important. You need to make sure you show a new idea every paragraph and skip a line to show where a new paragraph starts. So that's all 6 characteristics of good writing. So let's go over it one more time. To have good writing, you need to have interesting and important ideas, logical and effective organization, appropriate voice, accurate language, smooth sentences, and correct conventions. I hope you practice your writing every day. So you can practice, you work on those characteristics over and over again, and you can find your mistake easier over time. The better your writing, the better your chances for securing a readership and building a career. And here's a works cited page. Thank you for listening.